Hey guys, Dr. Alex Ritza here, and welcome to the Better Ever After podcast, the podcast meant to help you get a little bit better each week. And in this week's podcast, we're going to be talking about a concept and a strategy that's going to help you have more energy, get better sleep, get sick less often, perform better at work and at the gym, and overall meet a fundamental requirement for being healthy. And surprisingly enough, this concept, this fundamental requirement is doing nothing. We're talking about recovering and allowing the body to heal. And the reason that I think we need to talk about it this week, and what prompted me to have this discussion, something that we've hinted at and talked about a little bit before, is that more and more in the office, I'm finding that people are either A, having actual burnout syndrome, or B, are not meeting this requirement for health. They're not getting the sleep, the rest, recovery that their body needs in order for all of the body systems to work properly. Because in a couple of examples, the brain can only heal, flush out metabolites, and recover when it's sleeping. The immune system gets depressed and we get sick more often when we don't have adequate rest. And if we're talking about an athlete, it's going to be nearly impossible to perform at your best if you do not have the necessary recovery time. And that's why I've said before, there's no such thing as overtraining. There is just under recovering. You can do a 30-hour work week, a 30-hour exercise week if you have the necessary strategies to recover from it. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. And the reason why we need to talk about it, and the reason why this fundamental requirement of the body to recover and to reset is not being met, is because the change in our lifestyle. And so if we go back millions of years and we look at the hunter-gatherer lifestyle, something we've spoken about before, we know that our hunter-gatherer ancestors had way more free time than us, time to do nothing and time to recover and heal, compared to our daily life now, where often a lot of us wake up at 6 and until we go to bed at 9, 10, 11, our brains and our bodies are constantly on the go. You might notice this contrast when you have time to go on vacation or go to a beach resort or go up to a cottage, where you get time to rest, you sleep more, you nap more, you're feeling more energetic because you're not always go, 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 not always checking your phone, not always worried about work. And so what we need to do is we need to create strategies and rituals, in my opinion, so that we can forcefully add time into our day, into our weeks, and into our years, where we are making ourselves rest, where we are giving ourselves time to heal. And so this is a concept and a strategy that I use every single day and every single week. And when I have weekends like the previous one, where we spend all day from 9 to 5 on a Sunday to and from Home Depot trying to deal with a bad bathroom situation, go, 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 go. And I recognize that on Monday, without that necessary recovery time I get every single week, I didn't feel myself, and I had to take more time on Monday to get ready for the rest of the week, catch up on sleep, catch up on some restfulness, so that I didn't get sick and that I was prepared to be at my best with patients and with family and on the bike for the rest of the week. And so I recognized in that day that, if you are a parent, if you are busy all the time, it is really tough on the weekend and otherwise, if you have lots of demands, to meet this fundamental requirement to get rest, to sleep, and to allow the body to do nothing at times. And so the way that I look at this concept of a recovery regiment, kind of like a workout regimen, the recovery regiment, we need to have a couple of bases covered. We need time during each day and during each week, where we're going to give ourselves more time to rest and recover. And so on a daily basis, I think that needs to take the form of periods when we're not checking our phone, when we are doing nothing, when we are immobile. And that could be in the form of staring at a blank wall, could be in the form of meditation and mindfulness. It could be sitting on the couch, listening to a podcast, or reading a book. And in my personal experience, for me, I take a nap almost every single day for 15 or 20 minutes. And while I don't fall asleep every single day for 15 or 20 minutes, even that 15 or 20 minutes to do nothing makes a huge difference for my afternoon energy. And it's a strategy that since I've introduced, I no longer require that afternoon coffee at 2 or 3 o'clock to wake me up. So on a daily basis, our recovery regimen, I think we should be having at least 1 or 2 periods where we are giving ourselves some time to do nothing away from our phones, our computers, and other people, so that our brain has some downtime, and then we're also giving ourselves and our bodies some downtime during that 15 minutes. Now, on a daily basis, part of our recovery regimen is of course going to require a sleep routine to make sure we're getting our necessary 7 to 9 hours depending on who we are. We've covered this in other podcasts, and the ebook, the recovery ebook that we've written a couple years ago that's going to be attached onto this podcast wherever it's posted, that's going to talk about that topic in detail. So if you need help with your sleep, please go check out that free download. I almost guarantee it will help if you use the strategies in it. And then another part about our recovery regimen that I think is really important is to make sure that we have at least 1 or 2 days of the week where we're free from responsibility, or at least on those days where we have a couple of hours to have time to ourselves, to do nothing, whether it's watch a movie, read a book, where we can let our brain and our body heal, recover, and interrupt that cycle of being on the treadmill or being on our busy schedules. And so for me, typically that's going to be a Sunday, not in today's case when I'm recording this, but this is just a slight 20-minute interruption, hopefully. But for most Sundays or Saturdays, sometime on the weekend, downtime, you might have to cancel a date with a friend or cancel some other thing that you typically do on the weekend. But ultimately, for our health, for allowing our bodies to heal, for having the energy and the immune system that we want, we're going to have to implement these strategies, or at least I think we have to implement these strategies if we want to be at our best. So that's what I've got for you guys today. The idea of a recovery regimen, time where we literally schedule into our days and our weeks, times for our brain and our bodies to do nothing. And I think that when we can actually schedule and forcefully make ourselves take these times to read more books, sit on the couch, chat with friends, meditate, whatever it might be, giving ourselves more downtime when our brains and our bodies are not go, go, go. I think that is going to allow our bodies to function better. It is going to allow all the subsequent systems of the body that need that recovery to work at their best. And ultimately, it's going to help you be a happier and a healthier person, and one whose health does not hold them back. So again, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in. And if you want some help with getting more recovery, if you want some insight into some strategies that you can use to improve your body's healing capacity, that's where you can download our Recovery Reset curriculum. That is the free ebook that is going to be attached to all of the places in which you can download this podcast, whether it's on here on iTunes or on the interwebs. So you guys have a wonderful day. Get some rest, take care, and I'll see you in a couple weeks.